Check 1, 2. Can you give me a check so I can see the levels?
Check 1, 2.
Oh,
Check.
there you go.
Are we good?
We are good.
I don't have to go. Do I have to like?
No, you could sit normal.
Okay.
Yeah, talk and we'll say.
Hello. Check.
Yeah, see,
Good.
we're
Okay.
leaving this all in.
Perfect.
No,
It's like
or it's
this
gonna
is the
be just an
introduction.
outtake. Yeah, it could be. Well, yeah, we don't know.
I'm excited to see you work your magic on editing.
Oh yeah, we need a lot of magic editing. A lot of magic editing. What's the name of our podcast again?
If you would have told me.
If you would have told me. Welcome to episode 1 of If You Would Have Told Me, or her, or us.
Anyone.
Yeah, that's our new podcast. This is episode 1. Episode 1 of a podcast is always the weirdest one to do because
no one knows what's happening.
no one knows what's happening, and you don't know how to start.
No.
You know what I mean? You're like, how do you start? Because you don't have a fan base yet. So you're not
Nothing.
like, hey guys, we're about to do what we always do.
I don't even think we'd listen to this.
No. Well,
Should we
that's not a good start.
Should we talk about how we came up with the name?
Sure, but you should listen to this.
You should absolutely
Totally.
100%
Yes.
listen to this.
Like, subscribe, all the stuff.
We'll be starting a Patreon soon.
Yeah, we'll give it.
By episode 3.
By definitely.
By far.
Totally.
So, how did this start? We were at a club.
We were at a comedy club making fun of people who post on social media. Well, I guess when they have like a normal thing happen in their life,
Sure.
but they make it more than it is. They're like,
Right.
man, if you would have told me
That 5 years from now.
that if you would have told me 5 years ago that I would be having pizza in New York City
In the rain. I never would have believed it.
Yeah, which is a very attainable thing.
100%.
Anyone can attain that.
Any day. They take
Yeah.
like when people take regular things that are very mundane and they make it seem like it was this like pivotal moment in their life.
Right.
And they always start with that phrase or something along those lines of if you would have told me.
Yeah, it should be saved for certain things.
100%.
Like if you would have told me that when I went skiing this year, I would have saved a family from an avalanche. That's if you would have told
100%,
me.
100%.
Because no one thinks that. No one goes on a ski vacation being like, I bet I save a family this weekend. I don't know how.
Right.
But I think I may be I think
I might be a hero.
I'm on the cusp of it if you would have told me.
I'm not saying I'm a hero, but if there's a family in danger,
There's a potential for me to be a hero. I just feel this weekend.
I'm going to start that avalanche just to save the
Yeah,
family.
I mean, yeah. And then if I was saving the avalanche, if you had told me some guy was going to come to my ski weekend and start an avalanche just so he could save me,
Right.
I would have thought you were lying.
100%. But yeah, so that's how it started.
So we like the phrase.
We like the phrase. We don't like how people are using it
Right.
because they take advantage of it.
Right. So we're going to tell stories. We may even use that, even though we're making fun of it. It may pop up where we're doing that. And we're just going to read weird news stories, make fun of social media posts.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, one of the things I love to make fun of is, do you ever like see a meme? I don't have any prepared today, but it's something I feel like it's going to come. But like,
We'll edit some in.
yeah, a meme that like, some people use quotes from real writers, real poets, real philosophers.
Right.
But some, they wrote themselves at home.
Oh, 100%.
Like,
Right.
because they're just heartbroken by somebody, and you're like, God, I wish I knew the author of this.
Yep.
And then they put it like it's Marcus Aurelius, but it's like,
I see some all the time that are like Edgar Allan Poe, and I'm like, he did not say that.
yeah.
Like that's definitely misquoted.
But a guy like me, if like I won't go into the research of it. I'm like, I have a feeling, but it could be Poe.
You have to like Google it then.
Poe use the word lit? I don't know. But
So lit, Shakespeare. Right.
So lit.
So lit.
so lit.
Yeah.
So that's how we came up with this. And then Emily said, hey, you want to do a podcast? And I'm like, I miss podcasting. I love podcasting.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, let's do this.
Because every time we work together, I'm like, we should be recording our conversation.
Yes. We
Because-
always laugh a lot.
They're always off the cuff, quick.
Boom.
And
Like this.
We're hoping.
Just so off the cuff. We literally rolled into the studio and just started talking.
I was like, I'm going to have my phone, not to be like rude, and I'm going to read stuff off my phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is episode 1. that's how we're starting it. Apparently, it's gonna get more. I swear to the listeners, it's gonna get more smooth. We're gonna come up with a format. We're gonna figure this out.
If you have ideas, send them into us.
Yes, send us. And I set up an email for the podcast.
That's how official this is.
And I am so prepared for this podcast. I'm not ready with it, so I'm gonna go into my notes. In my notes it says podcast email. And even though the podcast is, if you would have told me, I didn't want that to be the email that we use. It's, if you told me at Gmail. So tell us something. Tell us if you would have told me that you saw that someone posted it's ridiculous, you can remain anonymous. Just copy and paste it.
This is very much like Reddit. Like, am I the asshole? Yeah. I'm getting the same vibe.
Yeah.
Like, send us something and we'll tell you if they over-exaggerated or not.
Yeah. Or if you have a crazy story from your own life, we'd love to decide 100%. Whether we think you're lying or not.
That's great.
That's right.
Two truths and a lie, kind of.
Two truths and a lie.
We'll decide.
That's a tough one to say. Two truths and a lie. I feel like that gave me a speech impediment.
This feels like the two kids, because I'm a teacher by trade, by day. So it feels like the two kids who show up to present the project and no one did their research.
No, we did no research. We just said, listen, it's hard enough to get us scheduled on the same day.
Well, I haven't been in New Jersey.
Yeah. Jet setter Emily. We were trying to come up with a day to record you. Sorry, I'm in Ireland. All right, how about sorry, I'll be home for a day before I jet off to Disney World.
Then it was in Asheville. It was like a whole thing.
Yeah, I was down in Long Branch, New Jersey.
I saw that. Yeah. Beaching it.
I'm beaching it this year. That's crazy. Good. But you went to Ireland.
I did.
It was your first time?
First time.
Tell us about it.
It was amazing. I want to go back. I'm already on my phone looking up tickets.
To go back.
Yeah. But then I'm like, I want to go somewhere else next. But no, it was great. It was a week. It was my first time traveling by myself. Mm-hmm. So that was great because I only had to worry about myself ever. That sounds so silly, but I've only ever traveled with significant others or my family or my kid.
So you're like, yeah, where do we want to go eat tonight? We go
wherever the fuck I want. Yeah. So I flew over and I met up with a tour group. But we weren't meeting up till later the first night. So I just dropped my stuff in the hotel and I walked around Dublin by myself for 5 hours and explored. And it's the cleanest, nicest, safest city I've ever been.
Any homeless walking around?
I think I saw 2 homeless people in the whole country. Because I went from Dublin to Cork City to Galway.
Okay.
So I did a week where I did a whole not a whole tour. There's other places to stay, but yeah, and I was 2 homeless people the whole time. It was the safest place I've ever been in my life.
Did they talk to you?
No, they just nothing. I had no interaction with them whatsoever.
They're like, yeah, she's American. They got nothing over there.
They love Americans.
Do they?
And not homeless people, maybe, but the Irish.
The Irish, yes.
Love Americans.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I always get this feeling that everyone outside of here hates us.
France. But no, Ireland, they love us. Just France. Ireland loved us. The only other place in Europe I've been is Italy. Okay. And Italy was great. But way more touristy. So they're come eat at our restaurant. They're trying to grab you off the street. Come buy these things. In Ireland, they're we don't care what you do. Sit down, have a Guinness. It was amazing.
Now, I'm a naive person.
That's fine.
I've never been to Ireland, but I just picture it looking what's that? Lord of the Rings.
It's very
just very green.
So green.
So green. It's insane.
You can impose. I'll send you pictures. Put pictures up in the podcast video right here. No, it was very green. But the cities, it's not like New York City. They're not as big skyscrapers and stuff like that. But a lot of older architecture. So you'll be driving down the road and you just see a castle in a field.
Just a castle. Is anybody living in there? Or is it just an old castle?
Just an old castle.
Somebody moved out one day and they were anybody, and nobody went
just
back?
Cows and castles.
So abandoned castles, and ain't nobody there to feed the cows at the castle?
No,
just starving.
No, they're not. They're doing
just
good.
They're just
eating the grass.
They're keeping the grass low for the next buyer.
Yeah, apparently there's a lot of beef industry over there, which I don't know. I didn't know any of this. I went to Ireland not knowing much. Just leprechauns and
maybe
shamrocks.
That's what's inside the castle. Is it a slaughterhouse? Where they're
no.
they make a nice castle.
We'll just make it look like a castle.
Yeah, I mean, it makes you feel better about what they're doing.
No, it's just like a band. Like, so they used to be like, you'll have like more like just like random towers. So they're some of them are falling apart because no one's taking care of them. Other ones look really nice because either somebody owns it and they just don't like live in it, but they go and like take care of it and stuff like that.
Okay. So did you go in any castles?
I did. I went.
Castle Grayskull?
What is
From
that?
He-Man?
Oh, I don't know what that is.
That's the only castle I know.
I went to Blarney Castle. That's the one. Do you ever hear of the Blarney Stone? You're supposed to like, you climb to the top of the castle and then you're supposed to kiss it. You have to like lean back and kiss it upside down. And then.
Did you do that?
No, because the locals piss on it.
Is that like a local thing? Like tourists on their way, piss the Blarney Stone.
I think my tour guide got upset with me because I was like, they were asking me, "Are you gonna kiss it?" I'm like, "No," because they piss on it. And he goes, "Don't tell them that. Like, don't tell the other."
The tour guide's not telling them that. These people paid all this money to come to Ireland, and he's making them
because like it's not true.
Making them lick the Blarney Stone.
He's like, it's not true. They clean it. You would have told me. People are pissing on the Blarney Stone.
No, not even that. That the tour guide is hiding the fact that they're pissing on the Blarney Stone.
He's telling me it's not true.
This is where I push back on whether they like Americans because I can't believe the Irish purposely pissing on the Blarney Stone, and then they're like, lick it.
Look at it. They just say French kiss it.
Lick it.
Kiss it.
Oh, kiss. And I thought it was licking.
Make out with this stone.
Yes. Take this stone in the other room.
Make out with it. Bring it back.
The piss Blarney Stone.
Yeah. So
right.
My friend, one of my best friends I grew up with, she married an Irish guy and she lives in Ireland now. So she was the one who told me don't kiss it. And I had a couple other friends from Ireland or with Irish family that were like, don't kiss it. This is what happens. But my tour guide was like, that's not true. We're like, I'm going to just err on the side of not making out with the stone. Plus also, I don't want to kiss something that like thousands of people have also kissed.
Yeah, piss aside.
Take out the peeing.
Piss aside the herpes on the Blarney Stone.
Like I don't want a part of that.
Yeah.
But that was the most touristy place that we went. Everything else was like not touristy at all. And the food was actually really good. People were like, Irish food's not great.
I don't even think of what it is. Other than corned beef and cabbage, I don't know anything.
Which they don't. That's like an American Irish dish.
Really?
Yeah, because
it's kind of like meatballs with Italians.
Yes, or like spaghetti and meatballs. They don't do that in Italy at all.
Yeah.
No, Italy was like, I had great food when I went to Italy. We can talk about that too. But like, I had a lot of stews in Ireland. So like, like
borscht.
That's Russian. It's like Russian.
Oh, okay.
Like
I don't know anything. Obviously.
Like I'm trying to think of it.
Sound Irish. My Irish borscht.
I wonder what that would taste like. No, it was like potato and leek stew. Oh, so good. Or like Guinness beef stew.
Potatoes is big there.
Big potato people. Lots of potatoes.
Yeah.
And a lot of seafood, which like I would not have thought of, but Ireland's an island. So like they're surrounded by a lot of sea.
A lot of sea. Hence,
a lot of sea and cows. So a lot of red meat and a lot of seafood.
Yeah.
Which are two of my favorite things. So I was like living life, and I'm a fall girl. So like the weather's like 60s to 70s, a little rain every once in a while, and you get to wear sweaters. So it's like sweaters and stew. I was like in my element.
Oh, is that like that all year round, or
pretty much? Yeah. And it's coolest part. So I was there in the summer. It gets light around 5 in the morning, and the sun doesn't set till like 10:30 at night. But in the winter, the sun doesn't come up till 9, and it goes down at 4.
Oh man!
So it's a lot more depressing. That's why they're all depressed in Ireland.
Okay,
a lot of depressive,
a lot of drinking, a lot of potatoes.
A lot of comfort.
I mean, you gotta be depressed if you're like, potatoes are my thing.
Yeah,
like
right. Lots of potatoes.
Lots of potatoes.
Potatoes and cows.
I do like potatoes, though. But do they have like many types of potato dishes? Like French fries? Do they have? Or
they do. They call them chips.
Oh, fish and chips.
Yes,
right?
Fish and chips.
There you go.
Yep.
I knew that.
I had their potato chip. What we call potato chips. They call crisps. They call them.
I learned that from Gordon Ramsay. Crunch some crisps.
In his borscht.
In his food. Yeah. I don't know. You know why? Because other than like store bought like Dinty Moore beef stew, borscht is the only other
100%
one I thought of.
Yeah.
And wrong as usual.
That's okay.
Yeah.
We're not fact checking before this.
That's right. If you would have told me I'd be fact checked during this podcast.
On my podcast.
podcast.
No.
Somebody just like stop listening. Like, this guy don't even know where borscht comes from.
You're getting some angry emails.
Yeah.
You would have told me. Irish people don't eat borscht.
Yeah. Be like, you making fun of our potatoes.
We love potatoes. I had the best.
And we love our Blarney stone.
We do love the Blarney stone. So they have a brand of chips over there, what we call chips, called Tatoes. Tayto. They were so good.
And what do they like?
They have like all flavors. I had the.
Do they all do potato chips?
They're potato chips.
It's like their version of Pringles.
Like Lay's.
Okay.
Yeah, in a bag.
And what's that difference between that and a crisp? Oh, this is just a brand?
That's a brand.
There's a brand of crisp. I thought you were giving me like they have potatoes, they have crisps, and they have
Tatoes. Tatoes is the brand of crisps.
Oh, Tatoes is the brand of crisps. Yes. Okay. We're learning.
See? But no, Ireland was great. I want to go back. It's just like more chill.
Did anything whack happen when you were there?
Oh, I saw there was a motor. It was where were we driving? We're driving to Kinsale, which is like this little sea town, kind of like almost like a Mystic, Connecticut vibes.
Okay.
If you've ever been.
Never, but I saw Mystic Pizza. Is that like...
That's like this. Yeah, that's the town. Yes. Yeah. I've never had their pizza.
I acted like I kneo what you was talking about based on a movie I saw 20 years ago. Oh, Mystic, Connecticut. Yeah.
Yes, the pizza.
It's been on my TV at least once.
So it's like Avon.
Okay, Avon. I know Avon.
That's a Jersey town, right?
Yeah, which is a weird name for a town.
Right, because you have Avon, then you have Avalon.
Yeah, well, Avon, I don't know, when I was a kid, like all my friends' parents sold Avon.
That's right.
So I'm like, it's just weird.
Well, Avon's real name is Avon by the Sea.
Yeah.
Like that's the full name of that town.
Shouldn't they all down there be by the sea?
Brielle by the Sea.
Yeah, by the sea. Point Pleasant Beach by the sea.
Point Pleasant by the beach. There you go.
So it's like Avon. What's like Avon?
Kinsale. So we're going to this town called Kinsale, and there's a motorcyclist. Just like they're all windy roads. He's just like dodging. Like we're in a giant tour bus, and like he's dodging in the other lane because you drive in the left lane in Ireland.
Okay.
So it's the opposite, and your driver's side's on the right side.
Oh yeah.
So it's the opposite of
Did you drive it all?
Hell no, no. And he's just whipping around and stuff, and we're like, if that guy's not careful, he's gonna get in an accident. So we're coming back from Kinsale, and the road is blocked off because a motorcyclist got in a car accident, and they had to like helivac him, and we're like, we bet it's the same guy. So that was pretty crazy. Yeah. And I was like, oh, I feel bad, but also don't be an asshole. Like,
that's what happens.
That's what happens.
That's what happens here in Ireland.
If you were going to tell me.
If you were going to tell me.
I see a motorcycle crash. Yeah.
Was it weird being in a tour like with strangers?
No. I met some people the way I look at it is I met people that I never would have met before in my life. Gotcha. There was a family from Boston. So it was like the grandmother, her two daughters and their husbands, and then their 14-year-old son and their 6-year-old daughter. So you got like all ages right there.
That's a lot.
Then there was a 20-something-year-old couple from Long Island. Mm-hmm. Then there was a 60-something-year-old woman from Alabama who had never left the States before. And then there was like a 60-year-old single woman from California who was one of the most eccentric people I've ever met, but like so great. Like I can't even describe her. She was just like beat to her own drum. And then there was like a lot of like 60-year-old couples. And then there was me. And then there was like my tour guide and our driver.
Do you meet them all for the first time, like on the bus the first morning?
No. Well, I met the family from Boston and this one woman from California at the airport because we all got picked up together.
Okay.
And then we went to the hotel. That's where I met my tour guide briefly. And then I didn't meet everybody until the first night. We had like a group dinner. And then we meet everybody. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
So you recommend going on a tour?
I loved it because here's the thing. It's like you get to go by yourself and do things you want to do, but everything's planned for you. So like the hotels were booked for me, like travel was booked for me. And then like there's still enough time where like I could go off and do my own thing. But then if you want to do stuff with people, there's people that are there to, explore. So I loved it. I want to do it, and I liked my tour company I used. Go Ahead Tours. There you go. That's their whatchamacallit, commercial.
They're sponsored.
They're sponsoring us. There you go. podcast. Go ahead, tours. Like they have ones to like. I really want to go to Iceland. They have ones to like all over Europe and Latin America and everywhere. So
I want to go to Egypt.
I do too. I'm a little extra nervous as a woman to go to Egypt, or like I want to go to Morocco. They're not really pro women.
No,
not really. But I want to go to the pyramids.
But. Yeah, I don't know much about Morocco, but definitely I have to see the pyramids.
You have to.
I have to. I want to ride a camel with like one of those weird. I want like a
one of the hats.
I don't want a hat. I want to.
I knew where you were going.
Yeah, I need that for the gram.
For the just as much. We can get a camel in New Jersey,
and everyone will be looking at me like, "You would have told me Joe would be on a camel."
You would have told me.
You told me I woke up this morning and Joe's on a camel
in Egypt.
In Egypt, alone on a tour.
Well, I used to want to be an archaeologist.
Okay.
So like I wanted in 6th grade,
like Indiana
Jones, but not be, so in 6th grade I learned about ancient Egypt, and I was like, I want to do that. I want to go and dig up mummies, and as you can see, worked out for me.
Yeah, it looks so good on movies though.
Right.
Like it seems like it's hot, very dirty, And I feel like. I feel like there's a lot of work to get to the dig of the mummy.
Right. Like a lot of like researching and studying.
I'm pulling this totally out of my ass.
Like borscht.
But I feel like you'd be like, man, I can't believe it took me 20 years to dig this mummy.
And he was probably like 47. Like some people probably don't even get to see.
And it's probably not what you thought it was going to be. No. You're like, just some like regular mummy didn't like mummy him right, and he's just like
an unmummified mummy.
Yeah, very like
this is disappointing. Or you find like the cats. They used to mummify their cats because they worshipped cats in Egypt.
Yeah,
so you'd find just like a mummy cat.
Wonder when that went away, the mummifying of people.
I don't know, but you know how they used to do it. I found this. You know how they used to like take the brain out through a hook through the nose.
No.
Yeah, so they used to like take out the organs or the brain. So they would take this like long hook and they would shove it up their nose and they would scrape the brain out through the nose.
Wow, she really was looking to be an archaeologist. I just saw in all the Indiana Jones. I thought about it for a moment and I'm like, it looks kind of fun.
No, that's how they did it. Don't say I didn't teach you anything. If you would have told me.
If you would have told me I was going to learn how they pulled the brains out of people before they were mummified.
There you go. Fun fact. I've heard it's a little disappointing though when you go to Egypt, which makes me sad because we see the pictures of like the Great Pyramids and it looks like they're just standalone. But apparently like the city surrounding like Cairo, I guess it's probably Cairo, is like there's like McDonald's. So like you'll be like looking at the pyramids, but then it's just like a McDonald's next to it.
I feel like I would want to eat at McDonald's because like you know what you're getting.
That's
like
true.
I don't want some like weird Egyptian stomach virus or something.
I don't think I've ever had Egyptian food.
Yeah, like because I think of Indiana Jones, be like if they sit, a borscht of bugs or something. You know, like remember like Indiana Jones when they slice the snake open and there's like I don't want them to hand me like a bug that I have to eat like a clam or something.
No,
so I'll be like, can I get a double quarter pounder with cheese?
Thank you. Eat at McDonald's every day while you're there.
Extra salt, please. Yeah.
Well, I have friends that go to Ireland. Like, so I went to Ireland too because they speak English, and I was like, it's my first time traveling alone. I will understand most of the signs, not even because but I'll know what the signs are saying. I'll know what things are saying, and they'll understand me. You know, I don't have to learn a new language to go over there.
Yeah.
But also, I knew the food would be pretty typical.
Right.
Like meat, potatoes.
Imagine you came back and be like, you might have one potato?
Right. No potatoes.
They had no potatoes.
No potatoes. It's a lie. They're still recovering from the famine.
They had stovetop stuffing instead of potatoes. It was crazy.
But I have friends that like I would try I'm a coffee drinker, so I would try like their local coffee shops and all this stuff. I have friends that were like, I ate at Starbucks. Why you're in Ireland. It's going to be safe. Yeah. It's not like you have to worry about the food. You're going to Starbucks in Ireland.
Do they have their version of Starbucks? Or
they have Starbucks. There's Starbucks.
And they're everywhere.
Everywhere. Starbucks everywhere. They had McDonald's, but like they have like typical stuff.
Yeah.
They had like some like Tex-Mex places. I was like, I didn't think I'd get burritos in Ireland.
An Ireland burrito. What's in there? Potatoes. I got a potato burrito.
That sounds delicious, actually.
Yeah, I bet Taco Bell probably has one.
Probably.
Yeah.
I've never had Taco Bell.
Ever?
Ever.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I was addicted to it at one point.
Were you?
I wrote a story about my addiction to the grilled stuffed burrito.
Okay.
And it got published in like this like
Really?
newsletter or something. Yeah.
How am I not? If you would have told me.
I'm a man of surprises. I'll have to send it to you.
Please do. I'm going to read it next week.
I actually went to like a spoken word open mic one time and read it.
Love that.
Yeah, it's called what was it? How do you freebase a burrito? Can you freebase a burrito?
Well, we're going to be reading that in our next episode.
That's too long. That's
the whole episode.
Yeah, the whole episode. You'd be like, unsubscribe.
I'm done. More borscht, less Taco Bell.
Yeah, so you've never had Taco Bell.
I've never had Taco Bell. I've never had, what's the one with the little burgers?
White Castle?
I've never had White Castle. I was going to say Dairy Queen, but I've had Dairy Queen.
White Castles are... First off, before we get to it, why have you not had these things?
I don't know.
It's just never
like
your family never had it.
No, I was a Burger King girl growing up. My mom got really bad food poisoning from McDonald's before I was born, so I feel like we were like not really big fast food people.
You've never had McDonald's?
Oh, no, I've had McDonald's.
Okay.
Then
I grew up next to a McDonald's, like up the street from my house. I ate it like so much.
I've had McDonald's. I've had Burger King. I really loved Burger King for a while. Wendy's. I went through a big Baconator phase in college. Drinking in Baconators was like...
Wendy's is the only one that seems like real beef compared to the top three.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
No, Shake Shacks are beef, but like the original three, Burger King, Wendy's, McDonald's.
I would agree.
Like McDonald's, you're eating it, you're like, this is...
They're always not big enough. Like, I don't know.
When you don't... I barely eat it, but sometimes, when we're on the road coming from a gig, it's the only thing open.
Right.
And you're starving.
Yeah.
When you don't eat it that often, you realize... that bread is almost like a pastry, like the amount of sugar you taste in it.
Yeah.
But like White Castles, I used to eat them a lot as a kid, and I stopped eating. I think they give me like mild depression. There's something chemical in them.
Probably.
Because I did one time this theater show years ago, so I was like, still not long into comedy. So like doing a theater show was like amazing to me. Mm-hmm. And then it went so good opening for, I forget who I was even opening for.
It went that good.
It went that good that I was calling people on the way home like, I feel great.
Yeah.
I'm on cloud 9.
Right.
I'm going to celebrate. I see a White Castle. I'm going to get that. Whatever.
Going big.
It's like a 4-pack of mini burgers, fries. Yeah. You couldn't have met a happier person than me. I ate this White Castle meal deal. 15 minutes later, I want to come into oncoming traffic. Like I'm like, I can't stand my like
that fast.
That fast. I mean,
wow.
Maybe the times may be off. Maybe not even 15 minutes, but
17.
But before I got home, I went from man, I'm loving life to man, and that was the only difference.
That's crazy.
Was the ingestion of
you
White
didn't hear
Castle.
like a sad song on the radio or something?
No. Because
so have you ever eaten it since then?
I have, but like I feel like I'm already sad.
I'm sad all the time, so I don't even
like I'm like if I'm already happy, like if someone is getting White Castles and I'm feeling good, I'm like no,
right,
because I'm feeling good.
I'm having a
but
good
if I'm
day.
already having one of those weeks or one of those days or one of those months, I'm like,
Give
what?
it over.
Let's do it.
We'll have an episode where we just eat White Castle.
Just see it just disintegrate me.
Just start crying.
Yeah, I'll bite it over here, then look in the camera and here, trap.
One soul.
And we'll play REM's Everybody Hurts.
Perfect. It's episode 5.
So, but I do recommend them, even though I was a negative. They do taste good.
I like Five Guys. Five Guys is a good burger.
Yeah.
They give you too many French fries, though.
That when they dump it in the bag.
Yeah, I'm like why are there so many?
Yeah, I don't love Five Guys. I'm a Shake Shack person.
I've been maybe once or twice. They were good. Yeah. I'm more so like if I'm out at a diner cheeseburgers are.
Yeah, but can you find a diner that's open after our shows are done anymore?
No, never.
They're just not.
Never. Yeah. Well, we have our place.
Well, Frankie's. That's like my favorite burger.
Shout out to Frankie's.
Frankie's in Point Pleasant.
Yeah.
Did you ever eat at the bar and have a burger at the bar?
Yes.
And
so
watch
good.
the woman that makes it, that massages it.
No.
It takes forever to get your food when she's cooking it.
Yes.
But it always comes out great. But she's sitting there like
massaging the patties.
And we're just watching her.
Hopefully
like
she washed her hands. But they're
hopefully,
good.
At least they're cooked.
They're so good.
They are good.
Yeah.
That's my favorite. It's making me want one now. So if you would have told us, do we have any like we have like videos or news stories or stuff?
I have news stories. Ready? I'm gonna read you. I'm gonna start with this one. Oh, my phone is blowing up. I'm like, people, I can't talk to you. I'm gonna read you a headline.
Okay.
And I want you to tell me what you think happened. So this is from the New York Post. Okay, and this is the headline: Crying bride told brother to stay out of family photos. He couldn't believe the ridiculous reason why. I want you to tell me.
Okay, so
why
crying bride tells brother
to stay out of the family photos.
Stay out of the family photos.
And he can't believe the ridiculous reason why.
Okay, so it's got to be ridiculous. So it can't be something as obvious as like a face tattoo because they know he has that. Yeah. So reason why. She wouldn't want him in the family photos.
Right. Tell me what you think.
So it doesn't have to be about the way he looks. It could be like something he did.
Could be anything.
Is he adopted?
You're not my real brother, so step aside. All right. You think that? I'm gonna give you three guesses.
Right. Adopted is no.
Adopted, not adopted.
Child molester?
Nope.
No.
That wouldn't be ridiculous. That would be, why is he at the wedding?
Right. Like, okay, so it's
he's at the
ridiculous
wedding.
Yeah, he's at the wedding, so they won't be
can't be in the picture.
Be like, does he have to be at the wedding? He's child molesting.
He used to be busy molesting.
It's adults only wedding.
No children.
Okay. Let's see. The third ridiculous reason, he smells?
No. Okay, you ready for this? I'm going to read this article. A 15-year-old brother of a bride has claimed he was exiled from his sister's wedding because she and their mother had a meltdown over his crutches being visible in the family photos. Do you know why he has crutches? He has cerebral palsy.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
So she put him in what? She's known him his whole life.
Right.
Wow.
Right. I read that headline. I was like, what did the brother do? And I'm like, not even just the bride, the mother of the bride. So the kid's mom was like, you cannot be in the pictures because I don't want your crutches.
And the mom went against. Wow. The mother of all people.
Right.
Couldn't they take him off and lean him on something?
Right.
Is that what...
He was like, it says, hold on. The 22-year-old atomic bridezilla. First of all, who's getting married at 22?
That's insane.
That's insane to me. Named Sophia showed little sympathy for her younger sibling, Boris. He would eat Porsche. He would eat Porsche. Living with mild cerebral palsy, was just having a very off day. So he needed his crutches because no, can't be in my picture.
So what is their excuse for it? Did they defend themselves?
I don't know. I didn't screenshot the rest of the article.
You should read the whole article. If you would have told me you wrote me a story and just didn't have...
Well, listen, let's see. It's on Yahoo News. First of all, if you want great news stories for this, Yahoo... Oh, look here. Yahoo News. It's coming up. Let's see. I got lots of other stories on here for you. But yeah, like, what would you do, though? Like, would you let him be in the... like?
Yes, right. I wouldn't care if my brother was limbless.
Shove him in the photo.
Like, who cares if the crutches are in it? How is that ruining the shot?
I have no idea.
Put it this way, anyone seeing your photo album knows your brother.
Right.
And like, first off, who other than the bride and groom look at their photo album?
No one.
Like, people don't see your photo album.
No.
You could do whatever you want in your photo. Could you imagine someone saying, hey, like, that you've just met or a new friend, hey, you want to see my wedding photo album? Be like...
Right. No, I don't want to see it. He posted about this on Reddit in the Am I an Asshole?
Is he an asshole for having cerebral palsy?
Yes. So wait, let's see. It says, Boris explained that he was told to leave the wedding by his 6 sisters and his mom and blamed for causing a fuss after being told he couldn't be part of family photos.
So the 7 closest women to him in life, right? 6 sisters and a mother?
Yeah.
All said, take your crutches and beat it, pal?
Yeah.
Can he drive? I don't know. Like, they kicked him out of the whole wedding because of the photos?
He explained that his sister had begged him to make his cane match the theme of the wedding because his was currently decorated in stickers.
That's the most ridiculous.
What's the theme of the wedding? I hate my brother?
Yeah. I like how they see nothing wrong with their doing.
Right. No.
This blows my mind. I wish the kid would have like hit them with his crutches like they're in the photo.
Maybe he did. Let's say. Although I planned on using my black cane, I ended up having to use my crutches, which are blue. I figured it'd be fine because who would care anyway? Right. I didn't actually get to greet my sister until it was the reception. She seemed awfully offended that I was using my blue crutches and asked if I could just stay seated and not have the crutches out to not ruin the color scheme. If you are that concerned, if you're that's crazy.
That's a girl thing, color scheme.
First of all, weddings in general are like, I don't get it anymore. Yeah. Which I was guilty. I got married when I got married at 26. I was like, did the whole thing. And now I'm like, if I got married again, I would.
All the handicapped people at my wedding
matching canes.
You weren't allowed in. I put that at the front.
BYO wheelchair. No, but like if you're that crazy, right? The bride's that crazy. If you want your brother to have a certain color apparatus, crutch, cane, buy it for him.
Yeah.
Supply it.
Yeah.
Like, let's see. I don't know if it says anything.
I mean, they can't have that great of a relationship. You got to believe that, like, the brother's in this wedding just because he's the brother. Because he's 15, first off.
He doesn't want to be there.
How can you be... Okay, so you're marrying at age 22. You're so much old. It's, like, crazy.
Right.
Crazy to me.
This is insane.
You're being mean to your little brother. He can't even drive home. He's 15. He doesn't have his license yet.
And he has crutches.
Yeah,
Let's see. Hold on. It says,
but he danced good that night, though.
I hope so. I hope he danced his butt off.
I hope he danced and just was knocking people with that clutch.
I hope he knocked the bride over. I hope she gets divorced.
She has to. How do you? If you're like that already at 22.
Can you imagine?
No.
So wait.
I mean, maybe the husband was like, you don't want your... Maybe he didn't support this.
I don't know. We think this is a long... Let's see. Somebody says you're not the a-hole, your family sounds shallow.
Yeah, the fact that he has to ask, am I the asshole in this situation is crazy. I wonder if anyone on Reddit was like, yep.
Yes, how dare you have an illness.
Stickers at a wedding, grow up 15-year-old kid.
Yeah. But no, it doesn't say anything about his family defending him. Just that she cried that he was going to ruin her pictures.
I used to, for years, right out of college, I used to videotape weddings, and brides are terrible.
They're horrible.
Terrible people.
Horrible.
I just...
No.
Ugh. I used to feel sorry for some of the grooms. I'm like, dude, this is her on her favorite day.
This is the best day.
This is the best day of her life, and this is how she's treating strangers.
Right.
And wait till she's comfortable with you. You're done for, dude.
Right. I feel like weddings, like, so again, I'm probably I have a weird perspective on this because I've been through the wedding, right? Like I got married at 26. I'm divorced now, like whatever. I want to get married again, but I would never do the wedding part of it again because I think the wedding's for other people.
Yeah.
The wedding's not like, I did a lot of the things and made a lot of choices for my wedding because I was young.
Yeah.
And people wanted things a certain way. And I was like, I gave in to them.
Yeah.
I want to just go to a courthouse one day and elope and then take all the money I save and go on a nice vacation.
Yeah.
Like that's Vegas, what I would do.
Elvis Midget.
There you go. Perfect. You know what I mean? Classic.
I mean, they have the drive-through ones in Vegas.
Perfect. I'm like a big...
White Castles and...
Perfect. I'll pick up a case.
I mean, like, what's more elegant than the White Castle wedding? I got married at a castle. You just tell people that? You don't have to elaborate.
Right.
Where'd you get married? A castle?
A castle. What color? It was a white one.
It was a white castle.
Endless amounts of food.
So the food was, finger food's like out the ass. So good. My husband got very depressed after.
Very sad.
Very
so sad.
Depressed. All these.
No, I would. I don't remember what I was going to say. I don't remember. About and stuff.
Whatever your second marriage.
Oh, I would just elope.
Just elope.
Totally just elope. I'm obsessed with Christmas. So I would love to get married, elope somewhere around Christmas.
Okay. That
would be like ideal.
You got to go to I did a gig one time in Fairbanks, Alaska.
That would be cool.
And there's a place called North Pole, Alaska.
Okay, yeah.
Santa's from. I went to Santa's thing when I was up there.
Did you?
I did.
Was he nice?
He wasn't there.
Oh, damn.
But they have hotels made out of ice.
That's awesome.
Ice hotels. So if you're a Christmas person,
I'm such a
you gotta
Christmas
go Fairbanks, Alaska, and get married at Ice Hotel.
I just gotta find a guy to convince to do this.
Yeah.
I've got it all planned out, dude. Like we're just gonna do.
Yeah. Yeah, you meet him, be like, first day, be like, how you like Fairbanks?
Are you a Christmas
Never been
guy?
there, but my podcast co-host swears by it.
Either that or White Castle. Which one you feeling more?
Yeah,
Because we could do one or the other.
Am I proven to you yet that I'm not high maintenance?
Very low, lowest of maintenance.
Very low maintenance. But that is a weird story. I see that. It's sad,
kind of.
It's sad. It's like that. There's people like that.
Right.
That like. I hope there's a follow-up story one day where like I don't want them to die, but like good pain, like a nice divorce, like something pain, like now she has permanent crutches, like she gets like in a weird like car wreck or something. And then the brothers just all like they're both.
You can't be in my photo.
Can I borrow your crutches? Fuck you.
You're not allowed.
I lost my crutches. Yeah. Oh, you like these thicker crutches now, do you?
I'm a karma person, so it's gonna come back to her. He's like probably like cheating on her with a maid of honor or something like that.
I've seen that.
Did you ever catch it? So I want to hear more about
cheating, but we have wireless microphones. We have the groom mic'd up. Okay. And then we catch the bride because it's tough to mic up a bride.
Sure.
So we mic up the groom, turn it on because they're off and we're just ready to go. And the amount of cheating stories I've heard. It's like
What do you do?
I don't do nothing.
It's a double negative.
Yeah, I don't
do nothing.
I mind my own business, and I just.
That's your job, though. You can't say anything. Who cares?
Not only that, but like sometimes they'd be divorced before the video is done.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like, and you could tell. Like, I could almost tell. I've been to some depressing weddings where you're like, something happened between the planning of this and the day.
Right.
And you're just like, everyone's walking down the aisle like,
we don't want to be here, right?
With a we don't want to be here.
Right.
And one of them was an outdoor wedding. And not only did they not want to be here, but they didn't plan it properly because they didn't put like something down to walk on. So not only was the bride and all the girls depressed, but their high heels were sticking in the dirt. And they were like.
That's great. Perfect.
I'm just sitting there like,
I added all this out.
And then like we have to go to the reception and tape all the dancing and stuff. Right. It was so miserable. Nobody was dancing. Everyone just stayed at but like it was the most miserable wedding. I was like unbelievable.
I will say this. So my ex-husband and I are like fine. We have a daughter together, so we co-parent fine. But like we probably should never have gotten married in the first place. Like I think we were already drifting by then. It's like because we didn't spend any moment of our wedding together. Like we were dancing. Like the wedding was great. We had a great time. We danced a couple times like we were supposed to, but we were just with our friends hanging out dancing with like other people. And I'm like, that's probably.
Did you guys say your vows, fist bumping, and go your own way?
Yeah. We were great. Like, listen, I think we were already at like that roommate stage at that point. Okay. Like, we were more, we had been together like 5 years. Mm-hmm. And I think, we stayed together another 3.
Yeah.
But it's, we had so much fun. It was a great wedding.
Yeah, because you were with your friends.
We were with my friends hanging out. We had a great time. My dad used to be a big drinker, and he's not really a drinker anymore. Yeah. And his friends are still crazy drinkers. And so we had the bride and groom table in the front, and like I went over there. I had like 15 things of whiskey. And my dad goes, they keep giving me drinks. I just keep throwing them on this table, pretending I'm drinking like all these drinks.
It's a table full of whiskey.
I was like, why do I have all these, Dad?
Oh my God. I have a funny wedding story. I was in my buddy Tony's wedding, and for whatever, just coincidence, the tuxedos, the vests, and the whole combo that we had matched the waiters of the place where the reception was at. Okay. So I was dancing at one point. Somebody came up and asked me if I could get them more butter. And I was like, you think I'm a dancing waiter? Like that's
that'd be great though. I would love that.
What type of wedding have you been to where the waiters are just like, let's go?
Was she old? Was it an old lady?
It was an older man.
Older man. I could see
He's like, can you get me some more butter? And I'm like,
Who do you think?
I was actively dancing too.
What song were you dancing to?
I forget.
It'd be great if you remember.
But I was in.
You were busting a move.
But I was like, I'm just picturing this guy look at me like, is that our waiter out there? There's other waiters walking around that possibly could have gotten you butter.
Gotta ask the dancing one.
Dancing. There was like,
if you would have told me.
If you would have told me.
Somebody thought you were a waiter.
It's got to be the small guy out there dancing.
That guy. No, but that's when
It made me laugh though. I was like, that's hilarious.
Maybe he was putting the moves on you. Maybe he's like, you got some butter for those moves?
Oh, I guess I had no idea. Yeah, like, did you hook up with that?
The waiter.
Did you hook up with the guy in the wedding? I asked him for butter, but he didn't catch
that. He asked if he wanted to butter my roll. Have you seen Mean Girls?
I think a long time ago.
Oh, there's a line is, do you want butter on your muffin? She's like, excuse me? She's like, can I hire somebody to butter your muffin? And it's like an innuendo. And she's like, I don't understand. It's the same thing.
I've been noticing a lot of innuendo with restaurants lately. Have you like, there's a restaurant by me owned by this lesbian couple called A Taco Affair.
That's cute.
That's cute.
I would
right?
eat there.
And up the street from the studio where we're at, there's a sign. The sign is taken down, I think.
Oh no!
But there was one. I don't even know if it's coming anymore. The restaurant, but it said between the buns roast beef. And that was the name of it.
That's funny. Oh,
I'm driving one day and I'm like, I see the sign. I'm like,
was there a visual?
No, they wrote it like, like the white stuff people write on windows
right.
coming soon between the buns roast beef, and I was just like, this is out of control. I wonder if they have a website yet.
I'm Googling it.
Getting free promo between the buns.
Oh my god, I'm gonna get like some weird site.
Yeah.
No.
Is it real? Let me see. Show it to me.
This one's in Brooklyn, which is not where we are, by the way.
No, we're definitely. But they may be bringing something out to Jersey.
Hold on. It's between the buns.
Between the buns roast beef.
But it doesn't say. Just called. They just switched it to between the buns.
Oh well, this one said roast beef. So.
Top 10 best roast beef sandwiches in the area between the buns. Interesting.
But speaking of, I heard you say innuendo of food with butter my roll. Butter my bun.
I need some more butter.
I need some butter. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, dancing waiter. Can I get some butter, please?
That's a great business, though.
Dancing waiters?
Being a dancing waiter.
It's exhausting.
All the dancing and the butter. It's just too much.
All right, you got the full stack. You got the side of toast. You got the omelet. And I'll see you guys later. You start walking like it's a club music.
I saw this TikTok before. Did I save it? I don't know if I saved it. It was they were making fun of weddings in Staten Island, and it was just like they were doing like a Avicii song, but they were playing it on the piano to like a wedding tune, but it was like a club EDM music.
Oh.
That just reminded me of it. Okay. It's funnier if I show you the video, but I can't find it. Hold on, maybe I can.
Have to mark down dancing waiter.
Dancing waiter. Hold on. Did I save it?
Let me see if I.
I did save it. Ready? Okay, ready?
Right. Show it to me. I'll put it on the screen. Oh, I know him.
Yep. Better off alone. That's it.
Man is not meant to walk alone. So God said, I'll give him a woman to live with or whatever. Because I'm your shepherd. The word of the Lord.
I don't know why.
It was so Staten Island.
It was very Staten Island.
Let me see. I think I have some article. Let me see if I have an article. Okay.
I'll
give you one to choose.
Okay.
Because I don't think I really...
Like a choose your own adventure?
Choose your own adventure. I don't think I really read these either, just like you. Okay, one is odd behaviors that point to an extremely high IQ.
Ooh.
One is I name my daughter after a piece of furniture and have major regrets.
Chair. Futon.
And the other one is what is fridge-scaping? TikTok's not so practical home trend. Which one
I want to know
like?
about all of those. All right,
Okay.
I want to do. Wait, let's do the furniture one first. Let's guess. But do you know what the name is?
I know what it is already.
All right, give me a
I
hint.
named my daughter after a piece of furniture and have major regrets.
Give me a hint.
I'm
gonna try and guess it.
There could be one in every room.
If you would have told me that this guy named his daughter
Actually, yeah, it's
Rug.
No. It's my daughter Rug. At least carpet would flow. Have a cup. Carpe. You can't even make Rug a good name. Rouge. This is my daughter Rouge. We eat borscht.
Ottoman? No.
This is my daughter Ottoman.
Wait, I got one more. I got one more.
So it's a daughter name. So you got to think it's definitely in a female. Like it sounds female.
What's the armoire?
It could be a good. Listen, I bet if we Google it, there's someone out there named Armoire.
Okay, wait. What was the name?
All right, I'll read her quote. I feel like I made a bad choice because I just told my daughter how we came up with her name and now she hates me. When I was 22, her dad and I were laying in bed right after we found out we were having a girl. We were trying to think of names. I looked over at a lamp and jokingly said, "What about Shade?" And for some reason, he loved it. It kind of stuck. My daughter Shade.
That's a terrible name. Because like name. Shade is like a bad thing, like a negative.
They spelled it.
Of course.
It kind of stuck, so I named her that, except I spelled it Shaide. She had the I. Or it could be Sade.
Sade.
That was just like a singer.
That is, but that's
they didn't name her
Sade.
Sade.
They named her Shade.
Throwing shade at your daughter by naming her.
Shady.
Yeah. How do you throw shade at your daughter? Named her Shade. Named her Shade.
That's terrible.
Well, I think the girl was more angry.
A reason why.
She said after 25 years of assuming there was a more romantic story to her unique name. Not my mother just looked over and saw a lampshade.
I like armoire better.
Yeah. Armoire.
That's like French.
But still, though, the fact that your parents got your name just by glancing around the room. We don't want to put a lot of thought in this. What's here? My new son tripod. Can
you imagine?
Yeah. Yeah, because there's nothing in this room. Mike.
Mike, there you go. Mike, M-I-C.
But if my mom came out one day and said, I was singing karaoke one night, and I was holding a mic.
It just made sense. It's so easy. Easy. I get some crazy names as a teacher, like that I say, and I'm like, why would you ever do that?
Yeah.
I didn't have this student. A friend of mine had a student, this is years ago, named Electra with 2 Ks.
Okay.
What are we setting that child up for?
I bet mom was a frisky lady. I would
Electra.
I bet Electra, like all Electra's friends that were boys, are like, can we play at your house this weekend? I'm sure Electra's got to be pretty freaky. Electra's mom. Yeah.
Forget Stacy's mom. Yeah. Electra's mom.
Yeah. Yeah, Electra's mom doesn't. She's not named like Nancy or somebody.
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's quite the name.
So, what was the weirdest name you got as a student? Do you remember, other than Electra?
That was pretty weird.
I remember when I was substitute teaching, like having a hard time with some foreign names.
I do have a lot. So I've gotten more used to it now with like the clientele I teach.
Yeah.
I actually really I think they're like really pretty names. I had a kid named Gerso, but the way it's spelt, people called him Jefferson. He's like, that's not my name. And I'm like, okay, like tell me how to. But it also didn't look like Jefferson. There's like an H in there, and I had a Jolimar. because they don't pronounce J's like we do.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
In the Latin American countries, it's like a huh.
Yeah.
Jolimar.
Yeah. Like my father was Joseph his whole life. He thought, and then like towards the end of his life, he had to go get like a new like driver's license and found out his name was Jose.
Jose. That's cool.
So it looks like Jose, but it's Jose or something, the way Portuguese say it. He's like, he goes, I'm not going through all that paperwork. I'm Jose now. As far as when he got pulled over. Are you Jose? Today I am.
Yes, today. Right that's now. Right in this moment.
I'm like, it's fun. I think I want to be Jose.
Yeah, I want a cooler name.
That's a cool. See, I used to have a problem with I used to feel like some of these Indian and Asian like were like setting me up to sound racist because like as a substitute teacher, you don't
know. Yeah.
Like if you were a full-time teacher, you can like go, hey, how do you say this kid's name?
Right.
To like the administration or something.
Right.
Can you, or I always thought they should have left like a phonetic spelling of these names because I'm like sitting there like doing attendance and more like ting tong bing boo.
You're like, I'm not trying to like just don't know how to say this.
Or sometimes they would have like another name and be like,
their English name.
Jeff.
Right, their English name.
Like, yeah, their English name.
Yeah. So I always tell my kids in the beginning of the year, I'm like, I'm going to butcher your names. Please correct me. Tell me how to say it. And I will leave, then I write it phonetically on the attendance sheet, and that's when I leave for my sub.
Okay.
Because it's usually,
nice.
and they're usually like, I teach middle school, high school. They're usually a little bit better about it. They understand that like some of our names are hard. But
what's a good home product other than Armoire, you think? Then
I like Armoire.
Armoire. Yeah, Armoire.
It's got to be anything.
That could be a good like musician's name, like Armoire's new album.
Well, like I'm a Beauty and the Beast girl, so Lumiere, which is
Lumiere.
Lumiere is a great name. That's a chandelier. He's the light guy.
You really have to be a really
to pull that off.
Outward like you
Lumiere.
Like you can't like if you name your kid Lumiere and they're shy, be like that is the duddest Lumiere I've ever met in my life.
What would be another good one? I like rug. No.
Rug. Carpe. Dishwasher. Frigidaire.
Well, when you told me they looked at a lamp, I'm like, they named their kid Lamp. Like,
I bet there's probably some dumb kid.
100%.
Yeah, like Frank Zappa named his kids Dweezil and Moon Unit.
Well, what's her face named her kid Apple and Moses.
Gwyneth Paltrow. I remember in the early comedy days, I used to have a joke about Apple.
I'm sure.
About the name Apple.
What did it like?
I forget the joke. That was like the early open mic days. I'm sure it was terrible.
Sometimes I wonder if those aren't the actual names they name their kids. Those are the names they release to the public. You know what I mean? Yeah, sometimes I wonder if they're like, we named our kids Apple and Moses, but really their names are like Cindy and Fred. Like,
or even worse, it's a shade, but we call her Apple.
Right.
Sorry, our daughter Lamp, but for the public, she's Apple. What was the other one? Apple and what was
Moses was their son.
At least that's biblical.
Yeah, I guess.
You know?
There's other names in the Bible.
It's a lot to give a kid.
Right.
Hey, Moses is here.
Yeah, can you imagine having to live up to that name?
No.
You gotta go part of C.
No.
Isn't that what he did, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I'm not really a biblical person.
I dropped out of CCD when I was young. Yeah, he did. Yeah, Moses parted the Red Sea.
He parted the Red Sea, right?
I mean, did he?
If you would have told me.
That's what he said. If you would have told me, I mean, who knows?
Who knows?
He would have told
None
me.
of us were there.
None of us were there.
All right, what's this fridge thing you were talking about? Your other article.
The fridge. Okay. Article. We'll do this last article and then we'll be done with episode 1.
Woo, we made it.
We made it, and it's been fun.
It's been a journey.
Yeah, okay. Where was it? Fridgescaping.
What is this?
Okay. What is fridgescaping? The not so practical home trend. So
is Gen Z just not owning fridges?
I'll show you a picture. People are making the place where their food look something aesthetically pleasing. So like they have like flowers and vases and stuff in there. Like so your
the flowers die?
Maybe they're fake flowers.
Why are you who cares? Who's looking in your fridge?
Let me see if there's a video. I think there's a TikTok video or an Instagram. Oh, here we go. Well, they try to make it like very uniform like that.
Oh my God, I don't have time for that. You should see my Tupperware cabinet. I open it and it's like all going to fall out on my head.
Oh, do is it? They're not all put together like a psychopath, right?
No, all my other cabinets are beautiful. I can't deal with Tupperware.
Yeah,
because it never goes back the way it's supposed to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm always looking for a lid for 5 hours. So fridgescaping wasn't as fun as I thought it would be. But
I mean, like I love that like our generation's over here worried about like climate change and like, World War III. And they're like, we want our refrigerators to look really pretty.
But this has to be a trend just made for social media.
I've never heard of this before.
Who goes into people's refrigerators?
I'm like, what is it called? Fridgescaping?
Fridgescaping, yeah. Do that. Yeah, look at it on TikTok and see if there's a great video.
That's
that was the one in the picture.
Me.
That looks like fake fruit.
I love my girl fridge. But are you eating any of that? There's a picture of a cat.
In the fridge?
In the fridge. Wait. At the end, there's going to be a picture of her cat.
Wow.
If you would have told me.
See, those are insane people just looking for attention on Instagram. Because I mean, first off, if I open a fridge and saw if I'm at someone's house, first off, I feel too weird to go in somebody else's fridge.
100%.
I have to be like super comfortable with you. I will walk into some first
go right in your fridge.
No, what you got? Cat picture. I shut it.
Just what I was looking for. Right. Because they're crazy.
Mess it up because I would know that. I would just start because you're like, this person must be OCD. I'm gonna put this over.
I used to do that when I lived with my ex-husband when we were married. I should have said when I was married, and he was a little OCD with like the eggs. Like, do you have to take them out in a certain order?
What?
Like he would want to like if you're taking from the row, you finish that row of eggs, right? Oh. I would just take one from the middle because it was fun for me. So it takes two.
Was that the morning after the wedding?
Yeah,
just opened, he's like.
Middle egg. Where's the middle egg? Divorce.
Did that paperwork go through yet?
Oh my God. Yeah, it's fun for me.
That's insane. Well, this has been a great first episode.
You would have told me.
If you would have told me we would have even got to this point of filming. Because when we were planning this, we're like, this day, no, this day, no, this day, no.
We made it.
Very, very busy people we are.
Very busy. Beaching,
kissing Blarney in Ireland.
Kissing stones.
Kissing piss stones. what was the name of it?
Blarney stone.
The Blarney stone. Kissing it.
Kissing piss stones.
I would never like what type of tour would kiss?
Everyone goes to do it. I'll show you a video of that for next time.
Oh, we're watching that after we sign off.
Okay, perfect.
So, people, the normal like and subscribe on YouTube.
Email us funny stories.
Email us funny stories. Yeah. The email address I haven't memorized yet, but I'm going to get it right now.
After this brief commercial break.
Podcast email. And if you told me at gmail.com, I'm going to put it right or somewhere here. Over here or over here. It could be up there. We don't know. We're going to edit it somewhere. And that's that. See you next time.